Good morning, children. I hope you all are fine and ready for the class. Today, we will start the reading of the chapter 4 Major Landforms. Children, I want you all to read along with me. So, let's begin the reading of the chapter. The earth is made up of land and water. Around 29% of the earth's surface is covered by land and about 71% by water. The surface of the earth is not the same everywhere. Some parts are flat and level, while others are raised. Landforms are natural features of the earth's surface. The major landforms of the earth are mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts, and rivers. Mountains. A mountain is a landform which rises more than 900 meters above the mean sea level. Mountains cover about 20% of the total land area of the earth. Mountains differ in height and shape. They have very steep slopes. The highest point of a mountain is called a peak or a summit. Mountain peaks are mostly conical in shape, which is the highest peak in the world. The height and shape of mountains depends on their age. The Himalayas and the Alps are young mountains. They are high and have conical peaks. The Aravalis and the Appalachian are very old mountains. Therefore, they are low and have rounded peaks. Fact wise, some people say that Mount Mauna Kea, a volcano in Hawaii, USA, is actually the tallest mountain in the world. Its height above the mean sea level is only 4,205 meters. The base of the volcano is 6,000 meters below the sea level, making it taller than Mount Everest. Several mountains may join together to form a chain or a range. Mountains often have a series of parallel ranges which may extend for hundreds of kilometers. The Andes in South America and the Rockies in North America are two examples. Importance. Mountains have a thin soil cover and steep slopes. It is difficult to grow crops here. The mountainous regions are thinly populated. This is due to an unsuitable climate, storage of flatlands, and difficulty in transportation. Despite this, mountains are very useful to us. Mountains act as a barrier against cold and hot winds. Rivers originating from mountains provide water for irrigation. The slopes of mountains have rich pastures, land, and valuable forests. Some mountains are rich in minerals. Plateaus. A plateau or tableland is a highland with a flat top. It rises abruptly from the surrounding land, so it has steep slopes. Many rivers and streams flow through plateaus. Some plateaus are very large and extend over hundreds of kilometers. The Deccan Plateau in India is an example. The Tibetan Plateau is the largest and the highest in the world. It is surrounded by mountain ranges on all sides. Other examples are the Colorado Plateau in North America and Bolivian Plateau in South America. Most plateaus are in dry regions and on the leeward side of the mountains. Due to high altitudes, the climate is cold and the growing season is short. Many plateaus have deep canyons on their surface. The Grand Canyon in the Colorado Plateau is an example. Importance: plateaus have grasslands on which cattle and sheep are reared. Some plateaus are rich in mineral deposits. Plains: a plain is a flat and low lying land surface. They are also called lowlands. They can be level or slightly hilly. The slope of the land is gentle. Plains may be formed by deposition of sand and silt by rivers, as in the case of the northern plains of India. Rivers carry sand and silt with them. When the rivers slow down, these materials are deposited on their banks. Plains are formed by these deposits. Some plains are in the interior of continents, while some are near the sea coast. Plains are more thickly populated than mountains and plateaus. Importance: plains have fertile soil which is suitable for agriculture. Most ancient civilizations came up on the banks of rivers on the plains. Most big cities and towns are located in the plains. It is easier to construct roads, railways, aerodromes, and canals in the plains. Deserts. Deserts are land areas that receive very little rainfall. These areas have a dry climate. Deserts have very hot days and cold nights, frequent dust storms, hills of sand called sand dunes, little vegetation due to less rainfall. Most deserts are located on the western side of continents and on the leeward side of mountains. Some examples of deserts are the Sahara Desert and the Kalahari Desert in Africa, the Great Sandy Desert and the Great Victoria Desert in Australia, the Thar Desert and the Arabian Desert in Asia, the Atacama Desert and the Patagonian Desert in South America. Rivers. Rivers are natural channels that carry rainwater or water from melted ice and snow from mountains to plains, lakes, and seas. These channels start as streams and join together to form a river. From the place of origin of its mouth, a river passes through three stages. The upper or the young course. Most rivers originated in the mountains. Here, the speed of the river is very high. The river cuts a deep and narrow channel in the mountains. Some features of the upper course are canyons, waterfalls, and rapids. The middle or the mature course. The middle course of the river begins when it leaves the mountains and enters the plains. Here the valley widens. At this stage, the speed of the water decreases and the river develops slopes which are called meanders. River Ganga, for example, has a meandering course between Pragyaraj and Varanasi. The lower or the old course. In its lower course, the river joins a bigger water body such as a sea. In this course, the speed of the river is very slow. The river deposits the slit it carries near the mouth, forming a triangular shaped land called delta. The largest delta in the world is formed by the Ganga and the Brahmaputra rivers before they join the Bay of Bengal. Find out its name. Here we ends up with the reading of this chapter. See you in the next class.